after Zelensky was in 60 Minutes over the weekend, Donald Trump was not happy. Not happy. Donald Trump wrote, the war between Russia and Ukraine is Biden's war, not mine. He is such a child. A child. You guys voted for a 5-year-old to run this country. I just got here. And for 4 years during my term, I had no problem preventing it from happening. There were hostilities between Ukraine and Russia during that period of time, during the first Trump presidency. Putin had already invaded Crimea and eastern Ukraine. It just wasn't as hot of a war, and Trump did nothing about it. So yes, he appeased Putin even back then. President Putin and everyone else respected your president. Not my, anyway. I had nothing to do with this war, all caps, but I'm working diligently to get the death and destruction to stop. If the 2020 presidential elections was not rigged, and it was, talk about a 5-year-old, he cannot let it go. He cannot let it go. It's a lie. He knows it's a lie. And every single, every day almost, it comes up in one of his statements, one of his tweets, one of his press conferences. If the 2020 presidential election was not rigged, and it was, in so many ways, that horrible war would have never happened. President Zelensky and crooked Joe Biden did an absolutely horrible job in allowing this travesty to begin. There were so many ways to prevent it from even ever starting, but that is the past. Now we have to get it to stop and fast. So sad. So Putin didn't start this war. Putin didn't invade Ukraine. Putin had no responsibility for the actions of his military. Putin has no responsibility for this war. No culpability. Nothing. Zero. Nada. This is on Zelensky and Biden. This is their war. It's their fault. Yeah, he later goes on and says, Zelensky, during his 60 Minutes interview, said he wants to purchase Patriot missiles. He wants to watch $15 billion of American Patriot missiles. I think 10 batteries. These are essential for the protection of Ukrainian skies from constant bombardment by the Russians. So, and he said he wants to buy them. Didn't ask anybody to give it to him. This is what Trump says. Zelensky is always looking to purchase missiles. You don't start a war against somebody that's 20 times your size and then hope that people give you some missiles. You don't start a war against somebody that's 20 times your size and then hope that people give you some missiles. So you might have thought, a couple of months ago when Trump accused Zelensky of starting the war that, maybe he misspoke, maybe it was an accident, or he's just trying to put pressure on him that moment. No. This is a strategy, or this is Trump. This is his agenda. Zelensky started the war. Not Putin. Zelensky. Ukraine. This time he doesn't mention Biden. And of course, he says, and then hope that people give you some missiles. Looking to purchase missiles. He wants to buy them. Buy them. Now note that Patriots are not missiles, they're defense systems. Why do they want defense systems? Because Russia is pounding their civilian population with missiles. Just had one hit the city of Sumy and kill 34 people, injuring 100 on their way to church. Civilians. Note that Zelensky didn't start the war. Trump's best buddy, Putin, did. Kudababa, it's not that he's a doofus. I don't get you calling Trump doofus. Like, doofus is like an innocent, like, oh, he's so spaced out. This guy is evil through and through. President Trump is evil through and through. This is immoral. moronic, detached from reality, and downright evil. It's evil to let the person initiating the force, to let a brutal dictator like Putin with nothing, and then to blame the innocent who's defending himself with everything. That's not being a doofus. That is being through and through corrupt in his soul, in every fiber of everything that he is. This is a bad, bad human being. Now, of course, we're going to be told that this is just his stance to try to get Zelensky to sign a peace deal. It's out of the deal. It's 3D chess. It doesn't matter. This is disgusting. And the fact that no pressure is being put on Russia, nada, none, is truly despicable. And note that Russia was the one country that avoided tariffs on Liberation Day. Pretty interesting, huh? And then when he was asked about the missile attack by the Russians on Sumy, where, as I said, all those people were killed and injured and everything, he said, look, I was told, this is Trump again, I was told they made a mistake. This is Biden's war. This is not my war. Made a mistake. Putin makes mistakes. Zelensky starts wars. I mean, watch the 60-minute interview. Zelensky comes across as this honest, even courageous, thoughtful, trying not to offend, trying to use the right words, but doesn't want to lie kind of person. I mean, Zelensky is a good guy. He really is. Trump is just thoroughly corrupt and thoroughly immoral. And President of the United States. I laugh because it's so absurd that he is.